Hey everybody, true story. Last night Taylor Swift dropped a new song. It's called Gorgeous, and it's actually really cool. So if you didn't like the first two songs, you're probably going to like this one because it's a little more OG Taylor Swift. It's probably about her boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, her new boyfriend, and it's also got an interesting thing that she does where she kind of switches objectification back onto men and she takes the aggressive role in the relationship. We'll look at how she reverses the roles. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. Hey everybody, Clifford Stemmy, Pop Song Professor here, ready to explain some song meanings at you from a hotel, because I'm at an academic conference this weekend, so that's cool. And today we're talking about Gorgeous by Taylor Swift, her new song that's probably about Joe Alwyn. Now, true story, I actually explained this song as soon as it came out. I spent the first 2 hours after it dropped just going crazy and explaining it, and then after I released it, people, you guys, commented and told me that I was wrong. Because I had heard some hints of bisexuality in the song, and I thought maybe Taylor Swift was leaving it open to interpretation, or at the very least that her fans would think that she was, and so I was kind of countering that and saying hey, there's not actually any proof, even if it sort of sounds like that. Now I don't want to get into that because it's really probably not, because it's probably about Joe Alwyn. She does mention blue eyes, which is a piece of proof. It is not all the proof that we need, but on Tumblr and in some fan secret sessions that she held, she actually has been liking theories that it's about Joe Alwyn, or telling her fans that it is about Joe Alwyn. Or so the fans claim. There are a few other circumstantial pieces of evidence that make it fit, such as her boyfriend's off in the club, so it could have been while she was dating Tom Hiddleston. She was fatally attracted to Joe Alwyn, so she could be talking about that there. And it just all kind of fits together, even if it's not conclusive necessarily, though her telling her fans in these secret sessions, where she played the album to fans before it was widely released, or she played some of the songs, would be all the proof that we would actually need if we feel like we can trust those fans. And I really wanted to leave that video up because I knew that if I did, I would get thousands of hits. It's just the way that the algorithm works when I do things like that. So I tried to show some moral character, and instead of sending false information, or at least poor information out, I unlisted the video, and now you get this one. And the song truly is about fatal attraction. She sings, "You're so gorgeous, I can't say anything to your face, 'cause look at your face, and I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous." And then later on in the bridge, she says, "You make me so happy, it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have." And so because she's dating somebody right now, or because it just wouldn't have worked out the first time that she met him, she gets really, really upset because he just seems so perfect. We know now that she actually did get what she wanted, and she did end up with him, apparently. And we don't know what happened to Tom Hiddleston, or how that went down, but she's where she wants to be now. Now, the really interesting part of what she's doing is what she talks about in the verses. "You should take it as a compliment that I got drunk and made fun of the way you talk. You should think about the consequence of your magnetic field being a little too strong. You should take it as a compliment that I'm talking to everyone here but you, and you should think about the consequence of you touching my hand in a darkened room." And all of these situations, she's putting the quote-unquote blame on him for her being attracted to him. And that's something that you'll often hear men sing about in songs in sort of an aggressive way, where I just can't help it. I'm so attracted to you, and you're just going to kind of have to deal with the fact that I now love you, apparently. And so Taylor Swift is kind of taking on that aggressive role. It's a little tongue-in-cheek, so I think that she, being a woman, probably knows what it's like to be a woman in a pop song, or a country song, or a rap song. And so I think that she is kind of putting the heat back on men for a moment, and it's really interesting the way that she's doing that. She's putting the heat back on them, and she's telling them that it's their fault. And I think it's interesting, too, she uses the word gorgeous, which is typically used about females. And so it's another case in which she's probably being the more aggressive one and giving that compliment based solely on their looks. Now, I will say that my favorite part of the song is when she mentions her cat. "There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. Guess I'll just stumble on home to my cats, alone, unless you want to come along." And this is definitely funny Taylor Swift. Reminds me a lot of some of her older songs, just because it's a little bit lighthearted, a little bit self-effacing. I think it's a lot of fun. But guys, that's my analysis. I want to turn it back to you. Is this a good song? Is this a bad song? Do you think it's about Joe? Do you think it really is actually about bisexuality or something crazy like that? Or do you think this was just all an excuse for her to be able to mention her cat in a song? Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget to comment a Taylor Swift song that you'd like to hear me explain in the future, or you can comment a different kind of song, and I'd love to hear your analysis and thoughts on this in the comments. So, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.